to another week of my Sew and Tell. I think it's episode 14 now, and I just want to thank everybody for the lovely birthday messages on my last video. That's really very kind of you. Now I'm going to start this week's video off with something I've ordered that I want to tell you about. Sorry about the noise outside. I can hear, I think it's a motorbike. I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah, basically Cool Crafting, and it's not to do with this, but I'll show you this in a minute. Cool Crafting, who is Sarah Peel, is behind the website. She's the designer of the lunar lapping animals, which I show you all the time in my video. They're not just bunnies. I've done an otter. I couldn't think of otterline. Yeah, but there's all different animals and things. So she does, I don't know if this is the second time she's done it, and I wasn't aware of it the first time, so I didn't do it. She does something called a Christmas surprise. Now numbers are limited, and it basically went on sale at 12 midday. I got an email about it. I thought, oh gosh. So I've got an email to say it went on sale for 12 midday today, and it's Monday. No, it's not. It's Tuesday, the 12th of October. It took me 45 minutes to order it, right? Because I thought I really want this surprise. It's basically a mystery animal. And there's a mystery outfit. You can either have one or other or both, right? So I wanted both, and basically they'll get posted out at the start of December, and it said don't open till Christmas Day. So let's see if I can, I can do that. If I did end up opening it before Christmas Day, I wouldn't share it because it wouldn't be fair on anybody else, because it's a Christmas surprise, isn't it? So anyway, so I've managed to order it, but it took me 45 minutes, and it only took me that long because basically every stage you went through from page to page where you want to get on the page to buy it, you want to add it to your basket, then you've got to go to the basket, then you want to log in if you've bought from there before. Everything was just taking ages, but eventually it was working. I think it was just purely because of the volume of people, but I've managed to order my Christmas surprise, which I'm really excited about. I've had an email from Backstitch this morning saying they're doing an advent calendar. I think it's about £50. I'm not having it, but I just thought I'd let you know. I don't know, there's no little hints of what's going to be in it or anything. I did have an email about the fabric squirrel. They've got an advent calendar. I don't know, that was a little while ago. I got an email about that, but it's all fabric. No other little surprises. It's all basically fabric in it, but I didn't want that either. But anyway, right, now I've got a thank you to thank a viewer. Now I didn't recognise the name of this comment. It's that the name started with like Flutterby something, and I had an email, I had a notification come up saying I'd had this comment, and I clicked on it, but I just couldn't find the message. Now I've heard that other people, Rowan from Yorkshire Sew Girl, she recently mentioned she's had the same trouble. She's seen a comment, she's gone on to it, and then she's not been able to find it to reply. And this is exactly what has happened to me on occasion, that I've got a message. So whether it's because they've decided to delete that message, I don't know, or if it just does it, I'm not entirely sure. So I had found it in my emails as well. I could see it, so I was able to click on the link that this viewer had sent me, but I couldn't reply to thank them, which I'm really quite sad about. Now this viewer, this includes another viewer actually. I'm really sorry who messaged me. Somebody messaged me. I'm really sorry. I can't remember. I'd have to go on my messages to tell me that the quesadilla makers in Aldi were in stock. But unfortunately, they checked straight away and realised they was out of stock straight away. But thank you so much to that person. I'm really sorry. I can't remember who it was that said it to me now. But this Flutterby, whoever you are, had also sent me a link saying it was in and I've managed to get one. So I just want to thank people that watch my channel and know when I've been desperate to get something, and I've had so much trouble getting one of these. They're not basically easy to get in the UK with basically the, is it 240 volt or something. Basically we use a different power to America, and they're really difficult to get. And I bought one from America, tried different adapters, had to send it back. I ended up out of pocket, you know, sending it back. It had to go back to LA things, but I've managed to get one. I've not used it yet, so fingers crossed it's all okay. But the box is a bit battered, but here it is. Now you can make quesadillas in a frying pan, which I have done before, but my son's girlfriend, her parents own one, and my eldest son absolutely loves it, so I'm so chuffed for him. So yeah, we've got it now. Now we were going to have quesadillas last night, but we ended up buying some ready-made pizzas, frozen pizzas from Morrison's last night. So it's going to be quesadillas tonight, but I'm yet to go out and buy the things I need, but as long as I can get everything I need, this is the plan. So that is the quesadilla maker. Now I will share my results with you if that's what if you're interested. I know this is about sewing, but I do include other things, and obviously because a viewer had mentioned this, I wanted to share it, and I thought people that have watched my channel before might be pleased for me to find out I finally got one. And I managed to order this book second hand from, I did it through Amazon, but it wasn't from Amazon, it was like a seller on Amazon, and it's basically quesadillas and it's all recipes in it. However, not all of them will I be able to do in the quesadilla maker, because some of them they put stuff on the outside of the quesadilla, and I think this quesadilla maker, it's more about what you put on the inside and sandwich it down. So yeah, some of these have got like toppings and things, so whether you could cook it and then put the toppings on top, but I think some of them you're grilling. I'd have to basically, some of them haven't got photographs as well, so I think I'd have to really give them a good read. Now the problem I've got with this book as well, it's American, it's not English, so I do know some of the different things, like I know like courgettes in England, zucchinis in America, spring onions here, scallions in America. Do you know, like, I've learnt a few, but I've had to look one up. There was something minced cilantro, and I thought, oh, what is that? And it's coriander. So I don't know how you mince coriander. We chop coriander here, or tear, but yeah, we don't mince it. And the things in it's like minced red onion. I suppose could you put, is that finely chopped red onion, you know, and the measurements, they're in pounds. So in this one it says 1 to 2 pounds of rotisserie chicken, but I've translated that to about 454 grams to 900 grams. So yeah, there's going to be a few things I'm going to have a look at if I don't understand what the Americans call certain things, but I do know, because I am into cooking, so, and I have come across this kind of thing before, so yeah, you can Google things these days, can't you? So I haven't got a huge amount of time to talk to you because I've got to do the school run, because it's afternoon, it's nearly school run time. So I'm thinking, is that all I want? Oh no, there's one more thing, and it's crochet, not knitting. Now, in my last video, you'll have seen that I had a hank of yarn, and I put it on my Swift, and I used the wool winder. Now, people have said, you know, it's quite nifty, isn't it? And what it is, I used to have to get my husband to hold, when I opened it out, I used to have to get my husband to hold it, and I'd have to get the yarn, and I'd kind of wrap it round to my fingers in a figure of 8 to start with, and then I'd roll it round and round and round, and that's what I used to have to do. But basically the Swift frees up my husband. He doesn't have to stand there holding it like this, and I can do it basically myself with the wool winder. But it is really very clever. Now I have started to crochet with it because I showed you in my previous video I'd done my spider. I'm not going to show you the spider again because I haven't heard from Katie, and I don't know. I don't want to show it again because I don't know if she has the phobia when she sees like knitted and crochet ones. I'm not sure, and I'm a bit worried about upsetting her or any other viewer if they've got a spider phobia. But so here is that all rolled up now. It's starting to look a little bit messy because I've got it in here and obviously I'm moving it around. I actually took it down to the garden room last night because we went to see Bond. Do you know the new Bond movie recently, the final one with Daniel Craig, and it was really, really good. Now the boys came with us and they've never ever seen a Bond movie before. They really enjoyed it. So last night we said, oh, do you want to watch all the Bonds? So we was going to watch from the beginning. We were going to watch Doctor No, but they didn't want to watch the really old ones. They wanted to watch the Daniel Craig ones. So we watched Casino Royale, which is the first one of Daniel Craig. And I looked it up and that was 2006 that came out. So we watched that one last night. So I think we're going to try and watch one each evening. And then if the boys don't really want to watch the old ones, we're going to go back and watch the old ones. I think we've known most of them. Anyway, this is how it's looking so far, what I've been crocheting. It is a snake. I'm trying to, you stuff it as you go, and I did kind of bend it round like this, look. So that's how long it is at the moment. Not very long. And just have a look how many rows. Well, the tail, it says, has 156 rows, and then the head has 23 rows apparently, and I'm just seeing where I am. I'm up to row 48 of the tail, so I've got a bit of a way to go, but this is what the snake is going to look like. And the snake is called Atticus, the poisonous snake, and it's Toft, the brown. So and I've been writing notes. I've not been scribbling on this, I've been writing notes on this. It's a freebie that I got once in a knitting, it was Inside Crochet, a magazine. I got this lovely little notebook years ago, and it's called So Much Yarn, So Little Time. And I've been keeping this in my ukulele bag. It's got knitting in it. It's got things I've designed in it, quilts that I didn't end up making. I don't know what these are. Colours of inks I've wrote in here. And I've got all music in here as well. That and I've ripped the music out now. I noticed last night I've got music in it that I play on my ukulele. I've ripped those out so I can put those with my ukulele. So that is basically what I'm crocheting at the evening. Now, I have got my Mandy Shaw suitcase upstairs, but what I'm trying to do is, if I'm on my own and not with my husband, take that out in the car, and while I'm sitting in the car park, if I remember to take it out with me, I do a little bit of my red work. So that's what's happening at the moment. I would be doing red work in the evening, but I've been doing these Halloween projects. So I've got to try and decorate the garden room for Halloween. So what we're thinking of doing is putting some MDF or something on the pool table, putting a table cover on and putting some Halloween food on, and probably watch a scare. We're not having like a party we're not inviting people round. We're just going to do it with my husband and our 3 boys, and yeah, and that'd be nice, just a small little thing between us. There's only enough room for just about for the 5 of us to sit on the settee really in there. It's a bit of a squeeze. So yeah, so that is what is happening over Halloween. And I've been lucky enough to book for, not my eldest because he'll be at work unfortunately, a sailing session for my husband and I and the younger two boys. And we've done sailing. My eldest has never gone sailing unfortunately. Basically, when we started getting into sailing, he was too busy wanting to see his friends and girlfriend to be interested. And then when he finally said, yeah, I'd really like to come sailing, now he works now on the weekend and it's the only time we get to go. So yeah, it's really unfortunate. But yes, so we're going to be going sailing on Saturday afternoon, all well and good. So that is what is going on at the moment. Oh, I've had a delivery of sweeties. I've ordered some Halloween sweeties off Amazon. I'm keeping them in here because it's a little bit colder in here. And the reviews said on Amazon, don't keep them somewhere warm because they all start sticking together, which is a bit unfortunate, isn't it? So going forward in here, I'd really like to do a bit more of my free motion embroidery, just work on poppy projects, even maybe poppy projects that are in previous clubs that I didn't get to do. The book cover basically has leaves on it. Now, we did a leaf project before, but I didn't do it. It was a wreath, a Christmas wreath. So I'm tempted to have a go at that actually. I might dig out my kit that I had before. And what I'm thinking of doing is my machine I use for an embroidery machine, not for free motion embroidery, I use it for embroidery, is a sewing machine, but I leave it set up as embroidery. But I must admit, I don't do that kind of embroidery very often. Do you know, when it does it for you? But it's a nice thing to have if you want it. Basically, I'm going to turn it into a sewing machine. So basically, so I can leave my main sewing machine set up for free motion just while the poppy projects are on. And then normally that's what I do actually. I normally have the machine I use for embroidery in the kitchen. But we've kind of flattened the table down a bit now and there's no room for it, and it's going to be freezing sitting in the conservatory leading up to Christmas and things, so I don't really fancy sitting in there. It'll be even colder than in here, and then I've got the dogs that will start barking. Mind you, when I sit in there doing sewing, they're often really calm. I think they tend to bark more when other people come around me. I think maybe they sense I get a bit stressed out when I get hassled by my family, and then it sets the dogs off a little bit, you know. So so that's probably normally what it is. Anyway, I'm going to go now. So thank you so much for watching so far. And basically, I'll come back if I get anything delivered, if I've ordered something. I can't remember. I don't think I have actually. Well, I have ordered something that is non-sewing related. But yeah, if I've made something, I'll come back. And the thing I've ordered, now in my previous video I said I was going out boot shopping on my birthday. My actual birthday was a bit of a disaster in all honesty. You saw the start of my birthday and you could see how that was kind of going. I had this parcel I wanted to open, had to go running off, dropping my son. It didn't go much better the rest of the day. My mum and dad cancelled my meal, but they did end up coming in the end because we said we were going to go anyway. And we went, the boys came with us out boot shopping and then just complained the whole time. The younger two, this is. And they had a really critical opinion about every boot I tried on. Yeah, so it didn't go all that well, my actual birthday. But around my birthday was really very nice. But yeah, I didn't end up with any boots. So, and whether I'll get any, I don't know. So I'll probably end up living in trainers or something, or winter, I don't know. But I've ended up ordering myself something. Because I now get emails from Aldi, because I was desperate for this quesadilla maker from Aldi. They send me their special buys. And basically I had the opportunity to buy some Harry Potter dolls. Now, I know I'm in my 40s and I'm a bit too old for dolls, but as I've said many times before, I am a big kid. I absolutely love Harry Potter. I'm obsessed with Harry Potter. So I've ordered, it's like a 2-pack of dolls where you get Hermione and Ron, and then a 3-pack of dolls where you get Hagrid, I think you get Mad-Eye Moody, I think, and you get Luna, Lovegood, and I'd say Luna's my favourite character, the little quirky blonde wizard. I love her. In fact, obviously I know that who Ron ends up with eventually. I won't say, just in case you've never seen Harry Potter, who he ends up with as a partner eventually, but in the earlier days I kind of hoped he would date Luna and end up with Luna. I thought she was just lovely character. Anyway, I'm going to go, because if you're not into Harry Potter, never watched it, you're going to find this really uninteresting. But yes, I'm going to go, and I'll come back when I've got some sewing to show you. Hopefully my video won't be, I can get one out within the week of the last one I posted, but I just got to see how it goes. So anyway, I'll see you in the next bit. Bye. I hope you saw that bye. My phone just went onto low battery mode, so I don't know if you saw that bye or not. So anyway, I'll see you in the next bit, just in case you didn't see that. Bye. This is the machine that I normally sew on, and I sit there. And that at the moment is set up for free motion embroidery. And you can probably still see the B shape sitting there, because that was the last thing I sewed on it. But I've made sure, because I'd kind of clogged this area up a little bit, but this is my machine I normally do embroidery on, but it is a sewing machine, and you might be able to see what I've got planned on it. So I've got my thread ready and my pieces, and my book is here. So I'm going to be sewing Marmalade, making a start on her anyway. Right, welcome back to another part of my sew and tell. Now, I'll just let you know what I've been getting up to. I have been doing a bit more red work, but I've decided to put that down now because I want to concentrate on crocheting the snake, because it is Friday the 15th of October, and I really want to get this snake finished for Halloween, and I'll show you how it's going. So here's that ball of yarn you saw me roll up in my last video, and this is how long the snake is now. Now, I do live in a house full of men, and I did say to my husband, oh, my snake has grown, and everybody started laughing, and then I realised what it might sound like. So yes, they've obviously got, warped minds, haven't they, my family? But yes, it has grown. But yeah, since you last saw it anyway, I think it was probably only about that big. But yeah, I'm getting on. I'm up to about row 100 now, and if you remember me saying, there's about 150 something rows in the tail bit, and then another, was it 50 something in the head? I can't remember now. And obviously it's getting a little bit wider as you get higher up, because I think we're up to 18 stitches in the round now. It kind of goes gradually, you'd probably do a few rows with no increases, then one increase row, and then a few rows, and so on. And that is how it's going. Now, I've made some progress on Marmalade. I did film a bit of footage. I don't know whether I'll put that in or not, but I did film the footage of me about to start it. But I've done a little bit, but it looks a little bit odd at the moment because she's got no ears. So yes, Marmalade looks very strange at the moment because she's got no ears, but that's as far as I've got. And these are glass eyes, doll eyes, which I've never inserted them before. I've put in like safety eyes and things like that, but I've never done these ones with the loop at the back, and you have to put them in quite an unusual way, but I've done that, so that is very exciting. And what else have I been doing? So I think, yeah, and it's just buys. So you will have seen recently I had a birthday, and I didn't buy any birthday boots, but I have treated myself to a few things. So I've ordered today another Toft pattern, but to get the pattern you have to get the yarn. Actually, I've printed the pattern out. I had it PDF. Bear with me, I'll reach over. Oh, doing. I've just doinged off my lampshade. Oh, sorry about that. Right, turn it that way. Right, so let me see if I can show you a picture. Mine's going to be brighter than this because I've ordered brighter yarn, but it's a bee. it's a Toft bee. Now this pattern apparently was a competition thing that you could enter a competition, and then it went, and I didn't know anything about it, just kept on seeing these lovely pictures of bees. I think I might have saw it, but then I thought, wow, that's lovely, and I wasn't in the mood for crochet, and you think, well, I'll do that when I feel like it. And it was kind of like a kit that when it went, but I emailed them Monday, and they said, well, we're going to release it as a pattern with a kit on Friday. So I've ordered it, but because I've had the download, I've been managed to download the pattern straight away. But obviously I'm not going to crochet it because I want to crochet it in the Toft yarn that I've ordered, because I used my first Toft make, I did it in acrylic, and you know what, it just really wasn't the same. If you ever have the opportunity to crochet with the alpaca yarn, it is, I prefer it. It is a lovely finish. When I look at the toys that I've crocheted, they look a lot more luxury looking, you know, when you use the alpaca yarn. But I must admit, when you're doing something very small like spider legs, it can get a little bit fiddly. And also I've managed to order, and it's arrived, a pattern. It's another Toft pattern. Now this was basically what someone's ripped out of a magazine and then sold it on eBay for £3.50, and it's this. It is Caesar the Emperor Penguin, the baby Emperor Penguin, basically. So I'm going to be crocheting it. Now the colours that you use for this is the silver, the charcoal and the cream. Now if you remember, I used the silver and, oh no, it was steel, wasn't it? Yes, steel and charcoal on the mackerel. So I thought, well, I might have a bit of yarn left over from that. But also the bee, I'm going to be getting cream for the wings. I'm getting charcoal as well. It might just be the silver. Was it silver or was it steel? I can't remember. I think it was steel, wasn't it? So yeah, I'll have a look. I might not have the yarn for the body, but I can always order something, can't I? If I'm sure with the bee I ordered an extra couple of balls of yarn, but it might have been the silver I ordered. I don't know. I can't remember what I ordered now. I'll have to have a look. But yeah, so this is going to be a little Christmas crochet. That's our plan. So, oh, what shall I say about Marmalade? Now, the only trouble I've had with Marmalade is the felt did tear, because I had to turn her inside out 3 times because the head hadn't caught properly when I'd sewed it, and it did tear, so I had to stitch again. But other than that, it's okay. I found Luna a bit easier to make, actually. If I compare making Luna's head, there's a bit of machine stitching, a bit of hand stitching with Luna. I did consider stitching Marmalade by hand like Luna and see what I think, but I tried to see if anybody else had done it and I haven't seen anybody. Anyway, right, I'll just move my lamp over a little bit. The reason I've come to film now is I've just had a delivery and I'm just so excited about this. Now, it was something I said that I'd ordered for my birthday, and it's not craft. This is just something because I'm crazy, basically. But let me have a look. I've not got them out the box yet. They've literally just arrived. The Royal Mail said they'd deliver today. And bear in mind now, it's only like about 5 to 5. This was a few minutes ago. So I've apart from doing the school run, I've waited in all day knowing this was coming. But there you go. But I've got it now. And this is one of them. Ta-da! It's Hermione Granger. I thought I was getting Harry then. I've given it away. Where's Harry? I got my stuff right. Here's Harry. And here's Hermione. Now, if you don't watch Harry Potter, you're going to be quite bored, aren't you? But this is them in their Gryffindor uniform, because it's Hogwarts, the school they go to, but they're in houses, so they wear different uniforms, and theirs is Gryffindor, and they've got their cloaks, look. So I'm so happy. Like, I did think, oh, shall I get them out the box or just leave them in the box? So I don't think I'm going to get them out the box just yet. I think I need to find somewhere for them to go. I know that if you want to, like, you know, if people think we'll leave them in the box, they're worth more money, but I'm not trying to, you know, make any money, as you've probably gathered. I'm more of a spender than a make money person. I'm not a businesswoman at all, but yeah, so I think I'll get them out, but I'm not going to get them out just yet, not until I've got a place to put them. So I think these will be available separately from Aldi, but they're not at the moment. I had to buy them as packs to get them. Now, I thought I was getting Mad Eye Moody, which I was really quite excited about because he has the eye, and Moody didn't come. But I don't know if it's just my eyes, because I do, basically, I should wear hearing aids and I should wear glasses, right? But I don't need glasses for close-up. It's just far away. Sometimes if I'm watching TV and it's a bit, do you know when they purposely blur things, it looks a bit too blur for me. I might put them on then, and I can manage most of the time in my ears. I just sometimes hear things wrong. I think someone said something and it's something else. So yeah, I don't do too well sometimes. But here we go. He's Snape. Now Snape, do you know what, if you've never watched Harry Potter, I don't want to give anything away, but Snape's he's basically the villain, really. He's the Harry Potter villain kind of thing. So there you go. But that's what's coming to the Mad Eye. So I think I've just looked at it wrong, basically. But Snape's a good one to have, isn't he? Now, this is the one I'm probably the most excited about. I love her. Luna Lovegood. She's just so cute, isn't she? She's not in a uniform in this. She's got her own quirky clothes on. But, I just love her. So if you've ever watched Harry Potter, you might understand. She's just got this lovely little voice. And, she's just lovely. And this one is so funny. Not Azkaban prison. It's Hagrid. Oh gosh, isn't he funny? I'm really tempted to, when I get this out, I want to see, have they made his body big? Oh, sorry, the light's all shining. Or have they just, is it clothes that plump him out? He might have like a 6-pack under there, might he? And do you know when you'd have a boy doll when you was younger, they'd always be like really ripped, wouldn't they, with muscles and things, you know, like Action Man. But what are they going to have done to Hagrid? Is he going to have like a tummy coming over his belt or something? I'm really intrigued. Anyway, I'm going to go now, and and I'll come back when I've got something craft to show you. So maybe some more progress on Marmalade, maybe some more progress on my snake. And I've got to concentrate on that really, and maybe some free motion embroidery. I haven't quite decided on what I'm going to do next. I think I'm going to do the book cover, the Poppy to Fry book cover. Now, Poppy puts all leaves all over it, but I'm thinking of doing something else. So, but I'm just kind of getting my thinking cap on. I'm going to have a look in my drawing book, things that I've drew myself, and see if something will fit on an A5 book. But I'll probably need to find an A5 book, because I don't think the ones I've got are decent enough, really, because, let's have a look. I've got a couple of these that I use for like my calligraphy kind of thing. I've used a paint pen and just scribbled my name all over it, but like a Rhodia pad. So it's got like spots inside, and it's just where I sometimes practice a few like words and things and layouts and things. you know, so yeah, nothing. I've got anything in I think I've ripped a lot of it. I tend to work from the back, but looking at this is when I was trying to plan a wedding card, and that's what I was planning for my husband. I did that final piece for that for my husband. So let's have a look. Yeah, I've ripped a lot of them out by the look of it, but yeah, that's my A5 pads, but I don't think I want to cover those because I like just scrawling on them anyway. And I've got this one which I've used in my videos, and I've got drawings in this actually. This is where I've got all sorts of things in this one. I really do love a notepad, basically. Did I put my drawer? I might have ripped some of my drawings out. More practice calligraphy with pencil. Quite a few pages, yeah. A few pages of that. So, yeah, there it is. That's what I was looking for. There we see. I just saw a flash of it then. There's a drawing in it. Ah, there we go. That's when I drew my family. That's me. I did share this on social media. That's me in the middle. And that's my boy. That's my eldest, my youngest, my middle child, and my husband. And then I was looking like a child, so I ended up putting a boob and a nipple to just try and make me look a bit more woman-like, because I was looking like a very young child in the drawing. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to get an A5 notepad for the Poppy project and cover it, but I want to do my own picture. Now, I do love the leaves that Poppy has done, and they'll really come in useful for other projects. And there's some leaves I want to do in an old Poppy project that I never got round to doing, which I'm going to do. So yeah, so the embroidery is all a little bit up in the air at the moment, but bear with me. It will come around, yeah. When I've just get round to sitting in here, it's just one of those. I had the choice when I got home today, shall I crochet or shall I sit in here? And I decided to just carry on doing a few rows of my crochet and just watching stuff. So anyway, I'm going to go, and I will see you in the next bit. Bye. Right, welcome back to another day. Now, I do apologise if I look a bit dishevelled and things. It's Saturday and it's just after lunchtime, but I've already been out to ukulele practice, been food shopping, dropped it home, and been to yoga and just had lunch. So hopefully I've had soup actually. Hopefully I've not got it on my face, because I've done that before. I've gone down to do school runs and things, and the head teacher at my son's primary school said, "What's that on your face?" And she, this is the head, and she said, "Have you been licking the bowl?" So yeah, so I do have to be careful because I get a bit messy. Anyway, now I did say I was going to come back when I'd made something or made some progress, but that I haven't, because I haven't had time since I last spoke to you. But I've had something come through the post off a friend, Katie, who watches my channel. We don't know each other like personally, we've never met, but Katie, you know, watches my channel. Now, I mentioned that Katie was going to pick up some boots from B&M Bargains that fit Luna, like ice skates, and I think that's what this is. The postman just come to the door with a massive smile on his face, and I thought, what's he smiling at? And it might be this, because Katie's addressed it to, if it's got to be Katie. I know I'm being presumptuous here, but she did say she was posting it out to me. Claire, and in brackets, who makes things, bracket, Roberts. So so I can understand now why he had a smile on his face. So I'm going to open that in front of you, because I thought, well, Katie might like me to open it, you know, for her to see. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a little sip of drink. I've got Coke, a bit naughty. Yeah, basically, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've had a bit of a cold, and this has gone on since before my birthday, which was on the 3rd of October, and it's not showing me now. Where are we? Are we the 16th? The hand is covering the number. I think with Saturday the 16th. So yeah, this cold has gone on a while now. Like, I know I've got hay fever, but But yeah, but it seems to be going on, and I've sneezed a hell of a lot yesterday, but the sneezing seems to have stopped today. But I just don't think I sound right, really. So, but there's just so many people have got, like, you know, sniffle, you know, runny noses and things at the moment in this area anyway. So right, I'm going to open this. And I'll tell you, I won't talk while I'm opening it, because if it's noisy, I'll have to cut it out. Bear with me. Eek. Oh, there's a card in here that I can see. I can see that. Actually, I'm gonna have to get the boots out first. But oh my goodness, how fab they've made them hollow, Katie. Yeah, what it is, in the Lunar Lapping Facebook group, somebody had mentioned these. I was like, oh my goodness. And maybe Katie saw it, because, you know, when you're friends with people on Facebook and then you're in the same groups, sometimes you see each other's posts and things, don't you? So, so what my plan is, I'm going to make another Lunar that is an ice skating themed. I might make her look like a figure skater maybe in a show, or maybe a figure skater, you know, a family skate with a nice coat on, that kind of thing. I'm not sure yet, but do you know what? I'm going to try one of these on my green Lunar, actually. Apollina. Well, look, Cinderella, it fits. Oh, look at those. I know, like, but boots ice skating boots make your feet look, they're not very dainty, are they? But this is how I feel in my ice skates. Actually, I'm not like a terrific figure skater. I've not been doing it since childhood. I did go briefly when I was about 5, and then my mum thought, oh, you can skate, and didn't take me again. And then I kind of used the ice rink as a youth club when I was a teenager, and I used to just skate round and round. I couldn't stop. I used to just like either crash into the side or jump out of the barrier, and I could kind of do a wiggle backwards, but I was confident enough to skate round. And I had my own hockey boots, but that's as far as it got in my early, you know, mid-teenage years. I think I probably stopped going there when I was about 15, and I didn't go back again until I was in my 30s. And then I only basically joined in the skating because my youngest was doing it, and I didn't want to be cold and bored, and I thought I can keep an eye on him on the ice. And little did I know how much I'd really like skate. You know, I'd really like it, and I was okay at it. So that's how it kind of happened. And then you just keep passing levels and things. So that's how I got into figure skating. However, this is why I'm telling you, my coach did do some footage of me a couple of weeks ago. I'm not like in anything fancy wearing. I'm just in a big oversized gillet and things, you know, not looking really like glamorous or anything. But she did a little bit of footage of a few things. Like, it probably wasn't my best, because I think I do get a bit camera shy when I'm skating. And yeah, so I probably could do a bit better. I could probably stretch my leg a bit further, things like that. Do you know, I know when I haven't seen the footage, but I just know when I watch it, I'm going to be very self-critical. But she said she's going to piece it together for me and send it to me. But it's been a couple of weeks and she hasn't done it yet. But when she does, I'll definitely share it with you. But obviously I don't know how long that footage will be. Maybe I'll be able to include it in my video, or maybe I'll have to do a separate video. But here we go, because people have asked to say, oh, can we see you skate? So yeah, I can just show you some of the things I can do. But there you go. Oh, Katie, thank you so much. They are absolutely wonderful. Like, I know they don't go with Apollina's styling at all. She's more like, you know, summer dress kind of look about her, hasn't she? But aren't they fabulous? Oh my goodness, that is amazing. And were they, Katie, £1? Were they £1 each, were they? Because I remember that's what I thought. That's amazing. So if anybody has made Lunar, I think it's B&M bargains that these are in. But oh my goodness, they're gorgeous, aren't they? So what I might do is I'm going to pop them off now, because I think if I put her back on here with the boots on, I think she's just going to fall off. So I'll just pop her there. I'm just looking at Otolina. What it is, I remember Otolina's name, but then I forget what animal she is. But her name has her animal name in. Is it Otolina? But her feet look the same size, so they should fit Otolina as well if I wanted a otter figure skater anyway. So thank you, Katie. They're absolutely beautiful. They'd be lovely just as a Christmas decoration, wouldn't they, as well? Oh my goodness, Katie, you do spoil me. Oreos. How exciting. I'm not going to eat them now, obviously. Get crumbs everywhere. Katie! Oh my goodness. Do you know what? I have got many things. Many things. But I haven't got one of these. I haven't got a wooden... Oh, have Liverpool scored? Oh, I don't know. I think Liverpool have just scored. My husband supports Liverpool and he's upstairs, and I have heard him cheering, but I didn't hear a cheer then, so I don't know. Oh, look at these. Oh, and Katie. Katie's a Liverpool fan as well, actually, so Katie might be dancing around now. So anyway, this is amazing. It's a wooden ruler that folds out. That is amazing. And it's in centimetres. Oh, it's in centimetres. Oh, that's really good. Because you know what I'm really finding? All my things work just in inches, because I come from more of a quilting and patchwork background and toy making, where you don't, you just kind of cut your own patterns and things. And yeah, I didn't really have centimetre rulers, but do you know what? I do find I need them. And actually, I do keep quilting rulers in centimetres. Now, look, I don't do quilting in patchwork in centimetres, not a chance. But do you know, if you buy the Sew magazine, I'm just wondering, I've got two of these. I haven't opened one of them. I've only used one at the moment, but I've got two. This would be a 6 by 20. Is it 6? Let me just have a look. Yeah. This would be 6 inches by 24 inches if it was inches, but this is centimetres, and this is measured, I'm reading it back to front, 1 to 60 centimetres, and what is it that way, 1 to 15 centimetres, no, yeah, 0 to 15 centimetres on the short end. Now, the reason I find those quite useful, if you ever follow, say, if you ever see something on like Hobbycraft or something, they'll always do centimetres. Or Sew magazine, if there's something you want to make in there, you've got to measure a little piece of fabric. They do it in centimetres, and it pickles my brain a little bit, because all through primary school I was taught centimetres, all through senior school never ever looked at inches, but obviously I got into patchwork and it's inches. I find that really good to work with. My husband, he's the same as me, always worked in centimetres, and then he became a carpenter. He went into a carpentry apprenticeship when he left school, and they work in inches, because obviously the people teaching the quilting and patchwork and the people teaching the carpentry are older, and that's when they were doing that. So it's kind of nice that, if you can work in both and have rulers. But I've only recently, it's probably only this year, I've had quilting rulers with centimetres on. But now this is fabulous, because I've got a really long one. And you know what? This is 2 metres, so it's even better. Where's my metre? I've got a metre stick, and basically that's obviously 1 metre. This is 2 metres. So Katie, thank you so much, because that's going to come in really handy, because I do make curtains and things, and that's when I sometimes struggle a little bit. I do have one of those ones that you pull out, you know, like what carpenters use, like my husband used, but sometimes they're a bit wobbly. Do you know, like you roll them out and then you pin, they're a bit like metal and wobbly, so this will be fantastic. So thank you so much, Katie. And if you could tell us where you got it from, it might be useful because I can recommend it. But basically it does say that the brand is Kinzo hand tools, so maybe you could look that up if anybody's interested. Right, and there's a card, right. Oh, and I have done one thing. I got Hagrid out of the box. I couldn't help it. I had to have a look. Right, I've got him here. Do you know what? I'm gonna open my card first, and then I'm gonna get Hagrid before I go. Katie, do you know what? You know me. I think my viewers know me better than my family sometimes, but yes, I can see why you would pick that card for me. It, you know, with my links with my seaside holidays and my knitted fisherman. Well, I made him a fisherman, but he wasn't a fisherman. And the seagulls and things, that is just, and the lighthouse, that is, even though I live in the Midlands, it's definitely a bit of me, and it's a holiday me, isn't it? Oh, I love it, Katie. Oh, right. I'm not going to read this out because you might not want me to, so I'm going to go and read this in private. But before I go, and look, she's right on the front, Claire, who makes things. I'm going to show you Hagrid, right, because I got him out the box, and then I'm going to go off and read my card. Right. Now, my husband thought this was funny as well. I said to him, what do you think Hagrid is like? There he is with his little Norbit the dragon, you get, look. Little baby Norbit. Right. What time is it? I'm going sailing in 45 minutes, so I better sort myself out a little bit. Yeah, basically Hagrid's body. Now, Hagrid looks like he works out. He's got bulging pecs. I haven't looked at his biceps, but yeah, I can feel bulging biceps. However, he has got a bit of a tummy. Like, look at the back. Look, there's some long. Right, but yeah, he's got basically rock hard pecs and things, but he has got a tummy look. So yeah, I wonder if I thought, what are they going to do? And he hasn't got a six-pack or anything. I think that would be a bit unrealistic, wouldn't it? But you can carry a bit of weight, can't you, around your middle and still go to the gym and have massive pecs and biceps, can't you? You know, there's plenty of guys down the gym like that, really. So yeah, so there you go. There is Hagrid. And yeah, I haven't got any. Oh my god, I was trying to see if he does stand on his own, you know. I don't know if putting Norbit will tip him over. It might be a little bit. He's got, you know, he's got the stance. His boots are rather big, actually, so I'm not surprised that he stands up. But yeah, he's so good, isn't he? I can't wait to open the others, but I'm not going to do it now because yeah, I've got to get ready, make sure the boys are ready. My husband is not going to be sailing on time. He's going to finish watching the football and then he's going to join us. So yeah, and my our eldest son's at work, unfortunately. So anyway, I might do a little bit of footage or maybe some photographs at sailing. It just depends, because they don't really encourage you to hold your phones because it's a bit dicey. They could end up in the water, and if that happens, all the footage I've done so far will be gone. So hopefully, if you're seeing this, I didn't lose my phone in the Mia. So that would be good, won't it? Anyway, thank you so much for joining me so far, and I'll see you in the next video. go. Yeah. Right, welcome back to the final part of my video. Now I have got a couple of completed makes to show you. Well, one, it's kind of complete, but there's some extra things I'd like to make for it. But one is totally complete, which I'm really excited about. Now, I've dressed for the occasion. I've put my Slytherin jumper on and I've got the remaining Harry Potter dolls out. So I'm really sorry, this isn't craft, but I told you about them, so I just wanted to show you. So this is Harry Potter and Hermione, and this is Luna, and Snape. I forgot his name for a second then, Professor Snape. So and you've seen Hagrid already, so I'll just pop those over here. I've got to find somewhere to put them now, because obviously, you know, I need to display them somewhere. And these are the capes for Hermione and Harry, which I haven't put those on them at the moment, but yeah, but I will do anyway. So completed makes. Now this completed make, I've left a couple of stitch markers in it because I wanted to show you what I messed up. I told you something and I was totally wrong. Now it's the snake, Atticus. This snake, Crochet by Toft, right? Now, I told you that the tail was 156 rows and then the head was 23 rows, which is correct. But, and it's displayed like that, that's the tail, that's the head. But I totally missed out this paragraph here because it's kind of faded and it's headed body, and basically it's an extra 100 rows. So, right, it's actually Tuesday now, so I didn't do any footage on Monday because the last couple of days or evenings I've been absolutely going for it. So what I've done is I've left a couple of stitch markers in the snake to show you the bit, how long that extra bit is, right? So here's the tail end. So that's the tail, so that's what I was expecting up to that blue stitch marker. And from this stitch marker to this stitch marker was the extra 100 rows. Or you can just measure it 40 centimetres. So, yeah, so basically on this bit you're increasing gradually, but you're kind of not doing any increases between that bit. So I didn't really have to keep putting in a stitch marker in on each row. I just basically crocheted and kept measuring it. And then I got to the head, and this is his head. So the head actually, the Toft gave you yarn to embroider his eyes. So that's the yarn, but I didn't use it. I'd got used plastic doll eyes, which I'd got in my stash. Actually, I'm going to take these stitch markers out now because obviously I don't need them. Right, so yeah, and it came with a wool needle, which I didn't tell you this before, and it's because I didn't know. Inside the box there was a wool needle. Excuse me, I've got hair on me. There was a wool needle at the back of the box taped on. It had a sticker said wool needle. So, but I did have to use some. It did come with stuffing, but I did have to use a bit of my own on the face because it just it wasn't going to be enough really. I kept stuffing it and stuffing it. But he's lovely. Like, my boys haven't seen him complete, but while I've been crocheting him, you have to keep stuffing as you go, and they've been coming over and doing that, stroking it. So I think they haven't seen the head. So now he's got a head I think they're going to be really excited. So this could be like my Halloween outfit, couldn't it? So yeah, I can't wait to show them, because I've literally this morning, well, I could have completed him last night. I'd got 2 rows left, and then just to seal up the edge. But that's when I made the decision I wanted to use the doll eyes, because I could see that one of the eyes was going to fall on the black yarn, and I just thought, oh, it's just you're not going to see the eye, it's going to be invisible. So at least with a shiny eye, I am tempted to do a snake tongue coming out. I am kind of tempted, so don't be surprised if I end up adding to this, because I've literally just finished this morning. Anyway, this is what I've got left. I haven't weighed it, so I don't know if I can make anything else with that. I'm not sure. And obviously I've got that little black piece, and that was called the Beetle yarn by Toft, and apparently what it is, it was their least popular yarn they ever produced, and then they wanted to do something with it, and that's where the snake came about, because they wasn't selling it. It wasn't very popular at all, which is a shame, isn't it? Now I've bought down this hat. I told you about this hat in a previous video. Now, do you remember I recently I crocheted a pink pumpkin with a black stalk in the middle with some twirly bits? It was what I've got left over from this hat, so I had to buy, I don't know if I had 2 balls of the green, if it was one, it might be 1 or 2, and then 1 ball of the pink and 1 ball of the black, but I had quite a lot of the pink left over from 1 ball and the black, so that's how I managed to crochet the pumpkin. But what I was hoping to do is crochet a black pumpkin and do a pink stem, but when I did that pumpkin I literally used all the pink. But this was the hat that was from a Molly Makes magazine. If you have a look, if you want to know which issue, I think I might have put which issue it was. I can't promise you 100%. It's on my Instagram. I'm Claire, at Claire Who Makes Things, but I've got the underscores between all the words, so Claire underscore who underscore makes underscore things, basically. If maybe I'll pop that up on the screen, but yeah, I did post that quite some time ago now. I posted that and it was on Facebook as well, but if you're not on Instagram, but it's just trawling through all those photos, isn't it, to find it. So what else do I want to speak to you about before I go? Another make you might be excited to see. I've made marmalade. Now, I will admit, marmalade is very fiddly to make, right? She's got these tiny little pieces and you've got to turn them inside out, and it's felt, so it's quite bulky, but oh my goodness, isn't she worth it? So I literally finished her yesterday afternoon. So I've practically finished the snake last night. Could have finished it, but it was only the fact that it was a bit too late to go looking for doll eyes and things, so I finished it this morning. And this is what I finished yesterday afternoon, so everything all seems to come together at the same time, doesn't it? But she's lovely, isn't she? But and I've made the chick, haven't I? You've seen the little chick that's from the book, and this is the book that I showed you. Now, I don't know what outfit I'm going to make. There's spring makes, spring, summer, autumn and winter makes that you can make. So maybe I could stick with the seasons. But if you go to the back of the book, they're not seasonal, the ones in the back. It's called bedtime. Right. So you can make her it like a Moses basket bed. There. There's a sleeping bag and pillow. There's some pyjamas, which are really very sweet, and a baby bunny toy, which, how adorable is that? So that's it, and then it's all the patterns. So yes, marmalade definitely needs some clothes. I am tempted to go with the autumn outfit that's in there. It's some dungarees and a little bag and some carrots to go in it. So I might stick with the seasons and go from there. So I really hope you've liked seeing my Marmalade bunny. I've really enjoyed making her. She's very fiddly, but she didn't take very long at all to make, which I'm really happy about. And yeah, so next week, I don't know what you're going to see. I've still got my machine set up with free motion embroidery, but I just haven't fancied making any other projects over the things that I've been currently going on in my craft room anyway. Do you know, when it's just the way it goes. But there is going to be a firework bag in the Poppy to Fry embroidery club, which I have shown you a sneaky peek of that in a previous video. But I think when that comes through, and fingers crossed it's going to be this Saturday, I think I'm going to get cracking on that straight away. So you might see a bit of free motion embroidered bag, maybe something for Marmalade, maybe while the Poppy club is going on, I don't know if I'm going to get any dressmaking done. I'm being realistic now. So if you usually watch my channel for dressmaking, I can't promise I'm going to have some just yet. But you never know. I might just think, oh gosh, I want to do some dressmaking. And if you could see my desk, my cutting desk right now, you would understand why. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to forget that for a moment. Oh, and I've managed to order Nancy B from Toft. It was basically a one-off kit that she did with a competition. The competition is no more, and I don't know if I've told you that in this video, but I've ordered it and it's been dispatched, so it should be with me soon. And I've managed to pick up another pattern on eBay, which is a Toft pattern. Now, to get Toft patterns, unless you buy the books, you have to buy them as kits with all their yarn and everything. And I really wanted this, but I didn't want to buy it as a kit with all the yarn. It's quite expensive, and you don't need a huge amount. You only need 75 grams of one colour, 25 grams of one colour, and 25 grams of another colour, and 25 grams of another colour. So I might have that in my stash. So you might see some little cupcakes up and coming. And you could do these seasonal. So I could do some in Halloween colours and have Halloween cakes. And then I could do some Christmas colours, couldn't I? You could do them whatever kind of theme you want, really, couldn't you? You know, get a bit creative. So, yeah, those are some things that might be up and coming. So, thank you so much for joining me for this week's Sew and Tell. And yes, there has been a bit of sewing, but yeah, a hell of a lot of crocheting things as well. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that. So, anyway, thank you so much for joining me for this week's Sew and Tell, and I will see you next time. Bye.